kill. That is going to be huge on the AP end. They do grab Bloodwater. Can they turn this one around? It's going to be 4 strong in mid right now. Smithy on the run. The play coming in. And then Smithy gets piercing arrow down.
That practice on the background play for Fatoya definitely paid off. We just talked about Cyclist building for the lane. The main thing was that he went back to the lane though, whereas Kiwi Kid circled around, came back to the team fight. They've traded 3 for 1 plus the top turret down.
Kind of odd decisions, but good decisions at the same time. It could have gone either way if both went to mid. The turret goes down, so this is one. Now, a second turret of global gold for Vulcan as well. This is going to be a dragon, however, so Dignitas keeps answering to everything Vulcan doing, but it's the same way, so Vulcan is keeping themselves close.
Yeah, Dignitas did a really good job. That was definitely beneficial for them.
Right.
They traded turrets, plus got the dragon and the extra kills there, and they've got a double vote on the man who's been doing the best in the game, Cutie Pie. It's the best position they can
Co to děláš? Ty vole, Mojko.
Right now, and it was a driving force in Moscow for the EU LCS, and the players here have even said that it's really huge to have a team behind you. And sometimes it gets to your nerves, but right now we're seeing Dignitas kind of try and go with the stride of that momentum now. A few turrets in their favor, but that turret in the top lane quite low, so it's prepped for a good push.
And you can tell Scar is definitely wants to play to the crowd. He's gone for that upfront burst, a straight rushing a death cap because he was behind the tin. Last time he was on enemy, and you can get a little bit more with the auto attacks. But he's going for that all in. They hope that they can get the reset and get multiple alpha strikes.
For a second, I was like, Scar's on Rise, he bought a death cap? Brain's just taking a backtrack. Matoy taking a spear to the face. He's going to be quite all right. The Kiwi Kid will return to the top lane. Psycho Sid, yeah, he's just going to take it until his lane is pushed, grab some wolves.
We do what we must.
Okay. They're decided about what they want to do right now. They're nearly about their own jungle. Dignitas is about to go push these lanes out once again. Uncontested. Oh! Okay, that's what they wanted.
It's exactly what we want to do. They take out the hero from Dignitas, Cutify, the most fed champion, from that team, and now there's nothing that Dignitas can do to answer. All they can do is just hurtle around the secondary turret.
Some of the rocket teams is they'll find that big backboard to start the game, but you don't have anything to follow up that. The Wombo combo and coming from that target is huge. And that's exactly what hit Cutie Pie in the face, and then a crescendo.
Talking about in Champion Select, with the last few picks, they were thinking so offensively. You can tell. They want to use their flash forward. Nobody's using them as...
Co? Ne, nemusí sakovat cyklu.
Kill score sitting right next to each other. Nobody's getting in these fights or out of these fights like they want to. It's kind of like, well, this got chaotic. We just need to leave and let it happen again. So it's the fight another game mentality for both of these teams right now.
Interesting action down to the bottom, because if they decide to chase, then there's more members of Dignitas coming down the river.
They're at Caliber Nest to slow things down on the initiation. Will be healed again. Oh, he forced the flash. As well. No chase will come out of this, but look at the raw pressure to get
There was no sight stone completed on Crumbs. We didn't get to see one of those exciting triple jump plays or something from a Lee Sin here. You know, he had flash. If there was a ward on that Lee Sin, that would have been a play.
So we are at about 350 for Kiwi Kid's tier. A fully transformed Muramana coming in from Psycho Sid. And he did build for his lane, but the Muramana makes up for a lot of damage that he wouldn't have trying to get that last or brutalizer right off the bat.
And really, since it's a double AP composition from Dignitas, building for your lane is perfect because there's so much AoE damage here. Scar is also doing a lot of magic damage, and that's going to be completely perfect for the team fights as well as the solo lane.
Just about 20 minutes in, Dignitas finally grouping as 5 in the mid lane. Vulcan not answering just yet with the crew, but with Suna in the bottom, looks like he's going to be safe for this. They have one on that fight, but they don't have vision on Crumb still. They know he's to the right, and they don't want him to be able to get to the back line that easy.
All of Vulcan's ultimates and flashes are available here, though, and they're going on the chase. This is weird because they don't have
too much. Get that Sona speed from Bloodwater. They're able to engage. They're clearing out the dragon. 27 7, so we still have a little bit of time for teams to kind of get themselves into position for this. More necessary. The goal is here for both of the junglers here. Nasty. You guys are kind of brought so level right now.
Basically, throwback to season 2 style.
So much.
League of Legends gaming right here. And you're right. So even right now, the next dragon could easily right back in.
4 wards on that bottom side, and only a few for this Vulcan team, but they are going to be walking right through that, so they know bad spot. Looks like he's not right now. So how do they react? Back it's something that
so Vulcan has Nick love to fight in one of these jungle corridors. If they have vision, they need to keep it wards down because, like we said, it's so reflex intensive that Lissandra initiate. If you don't get your invulnerability off, then Dignitas can actually block it and blow you up before you're able to get it.
Very dangerous style of initiation from Vulcan here, but that is what they do. They bring out those teams and just kind of trick you, get under your skin. They've been able to do it to Counter Logic Gaming up until yesterday. With this composition, looks like Dignitas has also found it out as they start to pressure second-tier turrets in multiple.
Waste nothing.
Still in that red side jungle, but they don't decide to pull a pincer movement on Psycho Sid, and they're going to retreat back to that mid lane here.
Crumbs going on his feet. So big right now. Neither of these guys are damaging each other. It's just like there's something going on. We're both tunneling. You guys can get over here. Found themselves 4-3 turns out. It's going to be the flash. They're going on one of the tankiest people of the entire team right now. The Dalfar is quite still high. Oh, the piercing arrow from Cutie Pie. The initiation from Magnon. So good with this mini. But do they have enough after the front end burst? It's all about the right clicks now. And it looks like that's going to be in favor. Oh, the other strike coming in. Gets it. But it's going to be Psycho Sid with a triple kill.
Dunk off the star in there. Only one man up for each team. But Cutie Pie's health is so low that Psycho Sid's going to be the one with free reign of the map.
Extend your
Crazy and
senses.
chaotic fight. It looked like there wasn't enough damage after the Lissandra, after the explosion burst. Suna was pushed out of the fight in Mudwater and got piercing arrow immediately.
So Kiwi Kid actually, Kiwi Kid was the initiator for the Dignitas on that one. Flashing forward. That's actually Smithy to the right. On that team, and then Kiwi Kid just got focused right after that. Lissandra going in and locking him down.
We do what we must.
It's a good, not a good loss. That is really the loss of power to have guys go down in the fight. The last guy you're chasing around trying to kill. And with his spells coming up as the machine gun mage, you need him in that fight.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten to the point where people think of Ryze as a caster because of the late game builds when he's got Frozen Heart or the Banshee's Veil. But right now, he's still with the mana ramping up items and looking for that ability power as well. Now, we're going to have a 3v fight after that. Looks like there's multiple no big
4 shots. Coming down quick with that. And everyone actually an item. It's only one item, but I'm going to say that word. Because the board is completely finished. I got to see how much he has in gold here. He only has 600 gold, so he's not anywhere close to being able to do that. Able to put the aura in the fight that's being locked down for the double AP team already.
And so that's why we've seen, you know, the jungler 1v1s have been very unimpressive because they're both going full defensive, and it's really more of a
Quiet steps.
flat fight.
We still have to remember, Dignitas ramping up.
Ooh,
With a
steal
very
from
strong
Crumbs
team.
there. He got it.
Wow, yep, he absolutely got it. Crumbs just on the outside of this one. Gets good for Rat, and Dignitas doing everything they need to. Now they're down 2,000 gold. They've been pressuring these turrets, but Vulcan was kind of just setting. It looks like Dignitas actually slowing down now at this point.
Yeah, Dignitas need to basically coordinate their next team fight around Skara.
Fakt čurák, vole. Jsem fakt takový čurák, ty vole. Jsem se mohl rozhodnout, co udělám.
In place for Kiwi Kid and Cutie Pie, then Skara will get his resets that they're looking for and just go wild.
Quite slow right now. The teams are waiting back. Don't engage. We have a Cutie Pie grabbing red buff up.
We do what we
Going down in
must.
middle. All the vision of any exit entrance of the fight. Put a ward down in mid. You're looking to make sure there's no roaming going on. It's going to slap you in the side of the face. 9-9 here, 25 minutes in the shot class. The poke that they have is really good to synergize with the
Find
gap
your
close that they
center.
have on the initiation. So you see how far Dignitas is staying spread out right now.
And they're going to with the initiate.
Oh,
putting all of their damage into the tankiest target. They have to burn down one of the Smithies to get the real set for their team. You can't target Smithy, and you actually can't target Mentor Cloud because looking at this base team, none of their CCs reflect Mentor Cloud catching Zanya or on himself. So he actually has a lot of leeway, and Mentor Cloud can exert his will on the rest of Dignitas.
You know, and credit to Xmithy on this one too. It's not just Dignitas being like, we want to attack the tank. Xmithy is making that have to happen. He is like, I'm at your back line and this fight just started. What are you gonna do about it? They say we have to use everything.
And that's really what happens when you have the 18 characters, 155 fucking money there for Dignitas. He can really choose to dive into the team and go after one of those switches. He shoots what's in front of him. That's what you do as an AD carry. So it's not really on his, it's not his mistake.
We're waiting for a few of these ultimates to come up, so both teams again going to kind of sit on the back foot for a second as we are 11-10. Turrets have not changed for quite some time now. That game kind of faltered away. We're seeing just the engagements in mid. Who can find the next objective? Dragon has been a big point in the game. Right there. Just been poking lanes back and forth. That's been an ace.
Yeah, this is such a different game than yesterday. You can see the difference when Master E doesn't get those early kills.
We do what we must.
Lead back into the bot, so even more calm play coming in. The strategy Vulcan is trying to do here. They keep going in with Xmithy, and at this point, you have to figure that Dignitas kind of has that fear in their eyes every time they see Xmithy. They know bad things are going to happen.
Right, and Smithy can start everything up with that cataclysm because the flash cooldowns are not there for Scar. If he's able to grab him once again, then Vulcan will not hesitate to burn everything and take down him.
I remember back in the day, J-Cap was like, pull out the back soul Jarvan. Because you can't run out of a Jarvan ult.
Runs it again!
Oh, Runs in the middle! Where's Jarvan? Right into the back line! PewDiePie has 3 shots this time, though. They're going into the fight. It's going to be 1. Kiwi can falls instantly. Crumbs and Scar follow. PewDiePie is going again to turn tail. The backwards play for the freeness. But it looks like they lose to Oracle as well on this one. And possibly even PewDiePie. No red buffs to follow up. So it's just going to be the chase. Looks like he goes down at the end.
And that's going to be the ace for Vulcan there. Dignitas had the right idea. Crumbs going for the play. They're getting PewDiePie or Zuna over there to versus that first. But Zuna was able to get out of line and versus that carrier like
Vulcan fans, they are feeling that 35% right now as they make their way through our first ace of the game at 28 minutes, 16 to 11. They've been up in turrets. They finally spread that gap by 1 more with an inhibitor turret and the inhibitor to come in.
Talking about who was going to carry this game, what Mandatory Cloud or PewDiePie, because those were the 2 people getting so fed, it's definitely been Mandatory Cloud over with those the rest of his team all out.
It actually is, that is proper credit. You see a 6-0 and 5 Jace, it goes for the initiative of the Man Club. The help in the back line Jace. It's team synergy for those 2 scores.
And ManCloud has really been forcing Dignitas. They've made Crumbs go for that completely over-aggressive initiate right there, because that was our only option. We're going to wait around again for ManCloud to come in.
So we're around 30 minutes here. Vulcan finally opening up an inhibitor in Dignitas' base. Not strength at the front of their opponent by this time in the game. Vulcan really, like you said, moved the hand of Dignitas. They're dictating where these fights are starting.
Desperation and Scar's build. He's going the 2 most potent ability powered damage items. No middle there. You have no Lickbane, you have no Zanya. He's just going for all-out Alpha Strike damage.
I will
Trying to get the resets, get the resets, but it looks like Crumbs get himself again in a little sticky situation. They know they're getting tanky enough to play with these situations. They might be able to work it in their favor. Again, the junglers not going to take each other out, but you can see how much they actually might want to do this. On the backside, that's a lot of ultimate just for Kiwi Kid. We're going to have to see if they can go into the fight. They continue to... What are you doing, guys? Go to the game! Psycho Sig going under Crumbs. He is 13. Everybody around him is 15s and 14s and 16s. There's no way he's getting out. They're getting out-leveled in this game.
And they didn't even take down a single target in that team fight. If that doesn't happen, there's no chance for Dignitas.
See if they can get the Baron out. They're going to try to take this down. That was a hectic fight with all the three going down. Dignitas is always losing two people are always having like this fight to be done. That means they're not everybody's confident about engaging. Not everybody wants to go in.
Yeah, we're going up really big here. They're answering. Yesterday, everyone was so impressed with that game. The Dignitas are fine, or Vulcan are finally getting it.
We've got 31 minutes on the clock. Turret getting dropped by Suna. The team has been doing what they need to do. Dignitas possibly maybe step up their team. They grew earlier. We had Scar going down to the bottom lane. But he wasn't the 7-0 Yi he was in the beginning, so that free farm was only building him up to where he needed to be, not over where he wants.
Yeah, they have so much raw damage and a lot less of the crowd control that Vulcan have. When you're the team that's behind, if you don't have that crowd control, then you have to go for picks. Dignitas, they're looking for a death sentence on someone who's out of position right now. That's what's going to get them back into this game. But Vulcan, as long as they travel as a team, they really don't have much to worry about because they have so many threats that can engage. They have Smithy, and they also have Man Cloud plus Floodwater.
You know what really becomes hard as well when they have Baron? You said Scar's objective is that first kill. There's coming out. Jarvan has been that kill for the entire game. So he's not even positioning himself. He's got that black cleave. He's got a little Scar's gonna have to wait a really long time to participate in this fight.
Yeah, and we've been seeing him go in with an Alpha Strike and have to flash back out to wait for his reset or wait for his cooldowns to come back up. Because if they don't down someone, then he really doesn't do much damage by auto attack. That AP doesn't help out very much.
Vulcan just showing strength over the map right now. Usually it's really up in blue buff. The bottom lane. The map is objective. Right now, nothing to worry about. The lanes are quite pushed. Turrets are going to be easy to grab.
And look at the targets now for this pod. Everyone on Vulcan is so tanky right now that it's going to be very, very hard for Scar to get in. Even they had to pick up a Nation on one of his own, so he's going to protect himself against both Kiwi Kid and Scar.
These guys are getting hit by quite a bit of poke here, and there's really not that much they're getting all the damage in they get. But boys, even here, you're bouncing right behind you. Go to the
They're moving onto this bottom turret, but this push has a huge amount of minions, and they're getting more free damage here. The Caitlyn poke, along with the Jace, is just too much right now.
They're going to see still more damage to the boy. Scar in the back line. You can see him waiting right now to get his Elvis right in. Like you said, it's for the flash to get him out. He doesn't have the flash this time, so it may be the meditate to stay in.
And the clock is working against Dignitas right now. The top lane is pushing with just minions alone, too. Soon those will be knocking at the top lane door.
The bottom lane's got some inhibitor damage going down onto it as well. It looks like they will be able to grab this one. They were actually pushed out last time before they grabbed that inhib. This one goes down. They may just go around the horn.
So they're able to walk it in with no last stand here from Dignitas. 2 inhibitors down, and the Baron buff still has another 20 seconds left on it.
They're going in on Kiwi Kid. He's going to get locked up right away. Where's Scar? Still in the back line. Waiting so long. Finally gets in the fight. Oh, man. Cloud just dodges the damage with his Anya. Scar is left to do nothing more. And he gets taken down in the end by the long dart of Xmini. And this expects his turrets to go down.
That's definitely the game right there. Congratulations to Vulcan. We had Kiwi Kid never getting a chance to get tanky in this game.
Such a great game. It came up to 48%. The 48% carried Vulcan through on the win. That was so many more votes in favor of Dignitas right there. The crowd getting behind their team. Vulcan coming up with a very nice game.
Yeah, everyone's confident in Scar's E-play after yesterday's performance. But Vulcan hurt, but it just turned out to be hard. Comboed with a CC-heavy jungler, and they just over and over just went right back to Scar's lane. They targeted him with everything they had.
That's just the story. Champions that happen. If you're not ahead on a blue build Ezreal, it's going to be a little painful. If you're ahead, it turns out like a Scar on E last time. So we kind of see there is a mid-ground to this. Scar did quite well throughout that match. He did go down at some times, but he kept CS.
An enemy has been slain.
Great focus there from Smithy, returning over and over again.
We know how much Scar loves CS. I think Jack says it all the time. Jack was a teammate of Scar. Scar is a
at Lissandra to great effect. We've seen a couple teams swap with her, but more often than not, she is just one of the best champions right now, setting up for those AOC fights.
You said it's reaction time. You know, it's Lissandra to get in there and pop that invulnerability, but everybody around her, the opponents, you don't see that coming over the wall.
Yeah, he could cast his ultimate offensively, and he was locking up the weekend, he was locking up Scar, he was even getting beautified. He was targets every single time, and then he's playing on that Sonic.
So much good play. He's had a one game.
Really good adaptation there. And again, this is sort of the strategy that we saw when Vulcan would go up against CLG and they were beating them so often. They would have Smithy camp double lift, who is, you know, the carry for CLG.
Yeah,
and so they saw Skara yesterday. He's the carry for Dignitas. We're going to camp him out of the game, and then they'll roll that into the team fight phase.
There's a lot of things you can do, and Skara has done his own to try and get around it. But people are still going to pinpoint him. He's a pivotal part of the Dignitas team. If you can take him down, it's a huge key block in that arc.
And we talked about Cutie doing so well in the laning phase too,
yeah.
down bottom, but he just wasn't able to add the extra damage that they needed. He got caught out once in that mid lane, and really Mandatory Cloud just showed him how to carry.
So overall, great play. Not really moving up the bottom lane was taking a lot of pressure. They were able to keep it Smitty in other spots, but in those other spots, Smitty just able to work his magic. Mandatory Cloud having such great play, and then Psycho City clean up every fight. Moving Vulcan to win here over Dignitas. We got CLG versus Cloud9 coming up next. It's going to be a rematch. Last time Cloud9 lost to CLG. It's their first loss of the season, so we'll have to see what happens. More League of Legends action from the NALCS live from Emily Anaheim coming up after this.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Extend your senses. We do what we must.
Welcome back, everyone.
everybody, to the MLG Spring Championships. I'm here with Zuna from Vulcan, who just was victorious against Team Dignitas. Walk me through actually the picks and bans of that game, because the match was at the end, but all the fans were waiting for. You guys were waiting for. Yeah, pretty much we knew he was gonna run it because that's what he's been playing all week. So we're like, we're not afraid of him, and we didn't give him heroes that can let him reset easily. So as you saw in team fights, he never got resets. Even when it was close in one fight, there's still a 4 vs 5, and then James cleaned up. And he got most that carry. You want to talk me through a little bit more about how the team comp worked around it? Yes, you had some tanky heroes and some good crowd control, but what specifically lets you know that you weren't afraid of his Yi? Well, pretty much Yi's a snowball camp, so unless he gets really ahead early, and there's no one on his team who can bring anything like team low, so like lock it in the lead, then he'll never get resets and he'll never be snowball, so we just knew as long as we play standard, we'll win. And then Yi in lane has to push to be effective, so every time he queued, he just got a free game because Sandra has a snare into a Jarvan. And with all the ganking you guys are doing with Scar, it did seem like it did cost you running games a little bit. You were mentioning a little bit about not having a good game yet. Do you want to talk me through your mindset when you were kind of down a little bit early on? Pretty much, I knew I was going to go even in lane just because I should never get hooked. And then one time after Dragon, I went bottom and I gave no respect and I just ran into both of them. And then I died for free and wasted both my summers. I was like, yeah, I'm bad. So at what point in that game did you kind of realize that you were going to be able to stop Scar from getting resets and just take the win? Because there was a point where you just started beating them solidly. Pretty much it just came to, as long as we had sight, they could never initiate on us, and every time they actually did initiate on us, I think we got like a 4-man Sonal into a Lissandra W, so as long as that was happening, they could never win. It was just only if Yi got snowballed enough where he could actually dive someone too. Another big thing of Dignitas, as long as they have someone like Scar that's really fed, he'll split push amazingly, and it only comes down to if he's actually fed. But because he was so behind, he could never 1 vs 1 anyone, so he had no pressure, and then it just came to team fights, and it just fell apart. Yeah, and just let's talk about the weekend a little bit too, because you're here at MLG. What's the big difference playing here than at the LCS studios? Well, it's a lot more active here, I would say, but the monitor that they use is the same monitor I use at home, so I'm more familiar with that, but the desks aren't the best, but it's, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta come to work, you gotta show up. And I noticed you actually had the Mohawk yesterday, but it's down today. Why's that? Well, I'm lazy, and we lost yesterday with the Mohawk, so I thought might as well change it up. Any adjustments you guys made after the COG defeat yesterday that helped bring you today and for the rest of the weekend? Pretty much we were just saying, let's just win. Don't lose. All right, and it worked. You guys were victorious over Dignitas, shut down Scar really well, and even though you had the rough start, you were able to pick it up. So, everybody, I've been here with Zuna. We got plenty more action coming up for the rest of the weekend. Let's send it back to Kobe and Rib at the desk. Yeah, we knew they were going to grab the Scar, they were going to try to get the resets, but if you don't let you snowball, then you didn't really roll down any hills, it just melts quite quickly. Yeah, and they, like you said, they were not scared of that team at all because of the lack of hard initiation for Dignitas. You know, it was Kiwi Kid having flash in there as live, and the line that didn't really happen. It always reminds me of Roger with that Mission Pro, and they're like, I got guys that don't wash their jog straps and they think flies are lucky. These guys are like tying the series twice on each foot. It's just absolutely amazing. These little things you'd never think you'd hear. It's like, even in jealous their sake that they lost yesterday. Who would have guessed? You have to change up something. I mean, there's so many factors here. Alright, we're gonna switch jackets. Right now we're gonna throw it over Cloud9 and Cloud9 and CLG coming up next. Oh, yeah. So we got CLG top 5. Sit tight. We'll be right back.
Summoners, my name is Optimus Tom, and today we'll be looking at CLG's top 5 plays for the summer playoffs and promotion. Let's kick things off at number 5, where we got Chowster coming around the long way to secure Hotshot GG first blood.
Is still in enemy territory. Here comes Chow. He's still got another 4 seconds on time, so he's just going to use that red button slow. He's got to slow down. There comes the repel up in the air. He goes the other way around. Will he try to flash a ball? Oh, the flash taunt under Cruiser under the turret. Blood goes to Hotshot GG.
Play number 4, we spy Vulcan going for Baron, but CLG turns the fight around, taking a 4-for-1.
double lift here. This is the move that Falcon would have to make something happen.
Oh, blast! Shut up for Bloodwater! They say we don't want beer, we want the blood! They're gonna go for the kills. Link is the focus. Chauster comes into the fight, locks it down. Hot Shot's there for the teleport as well. He says, I can travel a map as well. There's the Requiem coming down. CLG turns this one on the heads of Falcon as they try to throw the back.
I have to applaud Falcon for trying to make that play X50.
Oh, Karate Kid coming in big for a kill, but it's going to be Link picking up another one. 6-0-2 on the day.
Toss it over to play number 3 with some split screen action as CLG takes a tower, an inhibitor, and an overall 4-for-0 fight.
Stopping him. Great pickup there. Actually, taking back to fighting Big Fat LP, and here we go. Takes the turret, has to run back. I don't know if Bryce. Ooh, that's the Zonian. I'm looking at the red turret. Here comes the back. Another Q is going to go in for more damage. Barrier is there. They get the kill now.
Play number 2, Azure to Baron.
Unstoppable. Devastating enemy.
CLG starts the push. On the fight. To the backside, Oriana looks to wreak havoc on the back of these guys. Psycho Sid in a 3v1, almost gets the kill. ManCloud coming onto the back. It's going to be Smithy going down. Link finally gets the ball in for the double kill, looking for the triple kill on the Q move, and he finds himself a hell of a lot of gold coming down on the late side of the fight.
Summoners, this has been our top plays for CLG. Don't forget to submit your own top 5 to MajorLeagueGaming.com.